Hello and welcome back here at Aviation-Event and Aviation-TV. Today we are in Frankfurt Airport with Peter Gerber, CEO of Lufthansa Cargo. And just the first question to Peter, you are operating actually more aircraft than you have in your fleet, is that right?
No, not really. So what we operate is all our main deck freighters. That's 17, 11 777 and 6 MD-11. And additionally, our passenger airlines are operating some passenger flights, but without passengers for cargo only. So this means we have at least actually more than 50% less flights than we have normally because all the belly capacity is grounded at the moment. There are only a few exemptions, and these exemptions, it's belly flights without passengers. And they are operated to China at the moment by our passenger airlines, namely Lufthansa, Passage, and Austrian Airlines.
I see. And as you know, I'm talking here every day to some senior aviation experts here in this channel. And there are rumors that you're making the business of your lifetime in these days. Is that right?
Oh, I would love to. But as I pointed out, we are lacking 50%, more than 50% of our capacity. And if you have a company which pays all fixed costs for 100% and flies only 50%, you can imagine that you can't make the business of your life. And the second thing is that the operational costs are higher than normal, especially because of the day-to-day changes we have in our operation flight plan. And due to this planes, we fly, these passenger planes, we fly cargo only because they have only 25% of the capacity of a normal freighter, but 100% of the costs. So this means the costs are pretty much higher. And so therefore also the prices have to be higher without making the business of your life.
Just people told me when you speak to Peter Gerber, that's the only one making money in these days. Okay, I'll just take notice. Yeah.
No, I lose less money than the others. I would put it that way.
Okay, let's find the middle way. You know, but this leading me directly to the next question: making money, normal business. When do you think that things would be more or less normal in aviation industry in general, but especially for your company and the air freight business worldwide?
Yeah, Mr. Walski, that's the billion-dollar question. So frankly said, I believe nobody knows, and so do I. How should I? So the situation is extremely volatile every day, new news, and nobody really knows when things are turning to the better. So I would expect it's not within a month, but it won't also last 2 years. So maybe everywhere in between, we will have a normal operation, but we clearly don't know whether we have the operation the same size. So it could well be that the new normal for the aviation industry is somewhat smaller than it used to be before the Corona crisis.
I see. Closing question, just personal one. How are you personally affected by this crisis? Private life, lifestyle, professional life, traveling? How does it change for you personally?
Yeah, absolutely. At the moment, I have no travels. Normally, I'm always abroad around the world as normal in the cargo business. Now I'm, let's say, grounded in Frankfurt, more or less. And of course, some things I really like, meeting, going to a restaurant or going to a bar. At the moment, is simply impossible. So, but what is left is, of course, my friends and my family. And on the other hand, working. So some things have changed, but all other things remain unchanged. At the moment, of course, our work is quite challenging, but also satisfying because it's very, very interesting. And I believe it's our obligation to cope with this crisis and stay confident.
But let's hope that all things will be back to somehow normal very soon. At least for the travel restrictions for people like us flying over around the world, as you're saying, it's a bit like in a prison somehow. Yeah? Yeah, thank you very much. And as we close all these conversations these days, just wishing you stay healthy.
Thank you very much for the interview, and stay healthy too.